Yes.
Yes. If
Hey,
I felt really hard living in the second floor of my house, I can imagine how people who lived in 15th floor felt this earthquake. It's so much worse, I think.
yes. And Anna, you were in the earthquake as well?
Yeah, here in Pasto is
Okay.
common.
Uh,
And we are used to
you
feel
were
like that.
you
I
were afraid?
Yeah, I felt the last one. I think it was when I was living in Medellin. It was 2 years ago, more or less, that there were an earthquake, and that happened in another city that I'm not used to live there. So it was different because here in Pasto, maybe you feel different because you know how deal with that. But when you are in another city, it's kind of different. I don't know why. And also, I
Is-
was living in a 16th floor.
Hmm.
So I say I cannot do anything. So let's wait.
Yes, if it's an earthquake and you're in the top floor, it's tough to move around.
Yeah,
What can you do? Oh
You just have to
it
wait
depends on
to
the
pass
man, you just have to
wait.
the
pray.
thing. Yes.
You need to.
You have to pray. Yes.
Living close to a volcano
And
is interesting, you know. We have a good
oh man,
shows about some steam
Yeah.
shows, you know, how volcanoes
yeah,
throw up so a lot of this dust, and that's interesting.
and yeah. And Maria, were you afraid when there were the different earthquakes in Pasta?
Yeah, I don't know if like I remember like almost 4 years ago that have like like a there is not a earthquake but almost have like to shake like so bad in past I remember, and like almost 3 years ago I don't remember, but I live in my apartment like it's like high. Oh my god, I never feel that like that afraid, that scary moment in my life. I am very in the beginning I thought that I was dreaming. I was dreaming, but like it was like at 5 a.m. that when like it's not like a earthquake, but it's like a como un temblor, no sé cómo se dice, like como si se temblor earthquake too.
Earthquake,
I don't
yes,
know.
Yeah.
Yes,
earthquake.
Earthquake.
a quake. Yeah.
Earthquake.
And then I remember that all the things like in my house like and start to like shaking a lot, and I feel I have like an some books in my shelf, and there's like two down on the floor like in a movie, and I remember, and I like run of my parents' room, and I started to cry, and my mom is like to hugging my dad, and my dad is like so quiet, like don't worry, is this apartment like this apartment is like building from like earthquakes, and my mom is like me like Alejandra looking for my dog, and yeah Lulu, and we're like um my dog is like barking a lot, and and I remember that in the first, because I remember like was like two earthquakes, and the first one I remember that it was like shaking on the floor, and the next one it was like that. I remember that I feel like like we
Wait.
are going to the one side and the other
Oh
side, and
man.
my mom is like so horrible that experience because I
Oh
never feel
man.
that thing. And and then I remember that, for example, like in the corners on the walls in some of the rooms, it was like break, like this in some of them. I
Crack.
remember, and for example, we like hear how the things, yeah, how the things or the how the thing is like to like shock. I don't know, like to como se chocaban, like I don't know how to
They
It.
they was it? They crashed
Yeah, they crashed like in
with
the
each
end.
other.
It was
They crashed
horrible.
in.
Yeah,
They
each
crashed
other.
in. They crashed into each other. We could
And it was funny because that day was like Wednesday, like one day in the week. And my mother, he was like, okay, you don't want to stay in the home, so go to the school. And I remember that it's like a like a few people in there. My mom is like, there like a few students go to the school because I prefer to go to the school besides like like to stay in an apartment, yeah, because in like the 13th floor, I don't know. And I remember that, I don't know, they have like another like a little airquares, and I all the time like to get out from the school, and we need to start like the few students that we go this the same day. We are like to take classes like outside because the teacher have they afraid to the headquarters have the same like in the this like in the morning, yeah. So yes, that is like the only and the horrible airquare that I feel. But yes. But I remember that all the people in Paso was crazy, and they like to sharing a lot of fake news that no, they was like in like in I don't know, like red alarm, like we are have another airquares, like horrible, like the like the I don't know, from the ¿cómo se decía volcán? I don't know. Like
the volcano.
the
Okay.
volcano is gonna like to like move, I don't know, like these kind of things. And the most of the people is like go to the chachawi. I remember.
Oh,
And most
yeah.
of the people it was like sleeping in the park. I don't know. It was so, and I remember that I was so afraid, and I would start to take my bag and I start to put in like a tuna, like a lot of water, like pajamas, like this kind
Oh,
of.
wow, quite a story.
And my dad say, no, don't worry. And my mom is like that, like to make a lot of bags. I remember for the fake news, and all the people was like horrible. Like I don't know, but that was like kind of funny. I remember.
Oh,
But yes,
man.
but yeah, that is the only like awkward that I feel, and the like horrible experience. I remember.
And let's see, Anna, have you ever made an excuse to call in to work at one time before?
In my work, yes, maybe. Because we have the chance to stay at home and working from home. So sometimes, but not often, I told to my boss that if I can stay at home because I was sick, with my stomach was sick, something like that. It was not true, maybe because I just wanted to stay at home. But yeah, that doesn't happen often, just sometimes.
And what about you, Freddie? Have you ever made an excuse to call in to work?
No, for me it's more difficult, because I have trials. So I am the person who is always next to the judge, preparing, the decision, the final decision of a trial. So when when we schedule a trial, it's because it's ready. And here in Colombia, for example, it's really common that if you deliver your lawsuit this year, you're gonna have a solution maybe next or 2 years later. So it's really the justice here is really low, but it's because we have a lot of work. So we cannot waste the time or the occasion when we schedule a trial. We have to do it. So most of the times for me, it's not easy to say to my boss, the judge, please give me some permission because I felt sick. It's difficult, but I have to ask for some permission, but because I was really sick. I remember that some